Ooh, I think I look cute today. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh, wow. It's a better day. It's a better day. It's been a few difficult days. I'll do a video about that another time. But today is a bright and exciting day. And today, what I will be discussing with you guys or talking about is all mommy must-haves. I'll think that this video will be very, very helpful for first-time moms, especially, but all moms anyway will be able to benefit from this video. And this is information I've gathered over the last 6 years, over 3 pregnancies and 3 children. So I've basically been able to test out almost any suggestion you could find off of the internet. So hey, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'll start with what must-haves you'll need for a baby, and then must-haves for the mommy herself. My daughter's crying outside the door, but I'm not gonna let her in because this is a video I need to do on my own. Right, let's get to it. I'm just gonna say one more time, I look cute. I haven't given myself what you call, I haven't given myself any physical attention, and I mean physical attention in the sense that making myself look pretty, because when you look pretty you feel good. When you feel good you do good, which is probably why I feel good. Mind you, I started off my day not feeling really that good until I put on my makeup, I did my hair, then I got into a better mood. So look good, feel good. Right, let's start. The first thing any mama needs, whether you're going to be breastfeeding or whether you'll be formula feeding your child, this is something I do not compromise on. This is something I always need to have. I had it in all my gift registries for my baby showers. Even though it wasn't my gift registry, I made sure I bought one myself just in case it wasn't bought at the baby shower, because that's how important it is. Honestly, get yourself a nursing pillow. This thing is amazing. Guys, I cannot stress out, oh my soul, this. It's a nursing pillow. You can get it at any baby shop. You can get it online. I got this one off of Take-A-Lot. And what brand is it? I know there's a sticker here somewhere. I mean, not a sticker. What's it called? A label. Where's the bloody label? What's on? Okay, I'm not looking properly. Let me be slow about it. There we go. It's a Snuggle Time nursing pillow. But like I said, you can get it off Baby Boom. You can get it at Babies R Us, Toys R Us. You could get it off of some pharmacies. It depends on how big the pharmacy is. I know that Discount at Greenstone Mall has these, and yeah, and I think Clicks as well at Greenstone, if I'm not mistaken, has those. But online you're most probably gonna find them quite easily. These nursing pillows, so they would go around your waist, well, not your waist, like a little bit underneath your boobs. Let's just, right, so it would go here. You'd lay your baby across the pillow, and you can try different types of feeding positions. So majority of the time the baby will go across, attached to this boob, then you flip the baby over again, so it leaves, you don't have to either lean forward or feel the strain of your baby's weight on either one of your arms. So what you would do is you would focus on having the baby latched and holding the boob up for the baby, because the boob is quite heavy for those little jaws the first few weeks or months of their life. So you need to support that boob. So you'd basically focus on that and bonding with your child, looking in their eyes, and you won't really feel the pressure or the strain of the baby's weight. You could even have the baby's head here and the body and the legs going towards the back here of the pillow, or like I said, across or in a what's it called, a football, or you know how you do hold a rugby ball, yes, without actually feeling the weight of the child. And sometimes when the baby's off and you've done breastfeeding and the dad is there or someone else is carrying the child, I sometimes forget and use this as a table as well for eating. But yeah, that is for me one of the most important things you could have, or you should have, when you're a mommy, right? The next thing you would need to have for a baby is bottles. Even if you're breastfeeding, bottles are essential because you will need to train your child to get used to the teat of a bottle. So that once you go back to work, or even when you're not going back to work, and you want to have someone look after your child so you could have a break, having bottles there is really, really helpful. So get yourself some bottles. My favorite brand, as I've said before in the hospital bag video, Tommy Tippy is my brand. I love that brand. I love that brand. And to go with those bottles, a sterilizer. There's many options nowadays, but my go-to is a microwave sterilizer because it's easy on the pockets. One that I absolutely enjoy is the Snookums one. I love the Tommy Tippy one, but it's kind of small. So the largest bottles are quite difficult to put into their microwave sterilizer, unless if you go for the electric sterilizer, then there's a little bit more space for, you know, the longer bottles. So one that's also easier in the pockets is the Snookums one. I love it. I really do, because it comes with a mini stencil like tray. So you put the bottles at the bottom, then you put the stencil tray on top, then you put your teats and your pacifiers and the little parts of that make up the bottle, and then it's big enough to fit even bottles that are up to like 300 ml. So I love it. You would need a sterilizer, especially if you're going to give your child a pacifier as well, because them shits fall on the floor so often. And if you have a few pacifiers, then you can have them sterilized in one go, so long as that little microwave sterilizer is sealed. Even if you sterilize it a couple of hours ago, it stays sterilized until you take said item out of the sterilizer. So yeah, nursing pillow, bottles, sterilizer. Next thing you need to have for a baby is a what you call a carrier. A carrier. Oh my god. Yeah. Mine is the Snuggle carrier. It's cotton, so it's not like one of those ones that look like you use them when you're going camping, when you're going hiking. I don't like them. I had one with my first child, wasn't really comfortable. I used to wear it often when I would take him to the clinic for his immunizations. I hated it because it put too much pressure on my shoulders as well, especially when the child is sleeping. That thing is not kind to your shoulders, child. It's not. So I was gifted this Snuggle with Blueberry, which is my second born, my daughter. And it's comfortable and it is kind on the baby's structure as well. And it allows you to be so close to your child and so close to your chest, because when you wear it, your child it should be easy for you to kiss the top of your child's forehead or the top of your child's head when they're on your chest. That's how close it brings you to your baby, and your child easily falls asleep because obviously they hear the heartbeat of mommy and they calm down and they can smell your scent as well. So when you're having those really tough times or tough nights or tough afternoons where the baby just doesn't want to sleep, you use your Snuggle or your carrier, whichever one you'll choose to have, to move around the house. If you need to do laundry, if you need to go get laundry outside, it's like killing two birds with one stone. You're doing what you need to do in the house whilst your baby gets lulled by your heartbeat, and you still feel close and your baby is there. Because I know when you're a first time mommy, it's very difficult for you to trust other people with your child. So you'd like to have that child within your supervision or within view of you, no matter what it is that you're doing. I used to with Lwazi, even if I needed to bath, someone would offer, oh, let me hold him for, no, it's okay. I'd put him in his little car seat and go to the bathroom with him. Because that's how skeptical I was about leaving my child with someone else. And I think more so it was a little bit of jealousy. You know, it's your first child. You get a little bit territorial. You get territorial with all of your children, but when it's your first child, it's such an intense experience because it's your first time. You want to do everything right. You want your child's world to start and end with you. So there's a little bit of jealousy that goes on there. What are these two fighting about? Oh, they'll sort it out amongst themselves. But yeah, that's a snuggle that you would need for your child. Oh, these two kids, I'm sorry, they distracted me because there's nothing more annoying than a child consistently crying for no reason. What's wrong with Blue? What did you do? What's wrong? Well, leave her alone. It's fine. She'll be strong. Right. Let's see the next thing I seriously recommend is a swaddle wrap or a swaddle blanket. Now there's two versions of it. I'm gonna start with this one. All my children are winter babies. It's strange, right? It's a swaddle wrap. So what happens is you would put the baby in here. It's like a kangaroo patch. The baby goes in there, and then the first part goes on top, and then comes the second part. So it tightly wraps a child. It's like a child is like in a straitjacket. It sounds cruel, but yes, it's like oh god, I cracked myself up. So um right, it's like a child is in a straitjacket. Literally, they're like this, but it is extremely comforting for a baby because that's exactly how they were the latest day for like 30 weeks onwards. Well, not even 30 weeks, the entire time they were in the womb. That's how tight the space was, and it was comforting, and it was warm, consistently warm. No matter how cold the mom is on the outside, that baby was consistently warm and tight and felt like they were constantly wrapped in their mother's love. So once you swaddle a child, believe me, it does wonders. It honestly does wonders because once you swaddle a child, and if they're fussing and they're crying, you don't know what they swaddle them. As you're swaddling them, you'll find that they go calmer and then they just relax. Give them a boob while they're swaddled, or give them a pacifier, whatever it is that they find comforting, and then they'll fall asleep. They also sleep longer in those first few weeks when swaddling is important. Another item you could use for swaddling is a muslin cloth. I just don't know where my muslin cloth is. I haven't used it in a while. Is it in here? No, it's not. Yeah, I'm recording on top of my child's compactum. That's why everything is just easily accessible. It's a muslin cloth. I know it's not in the cot. So where the hell is it? Shit, I'm gonna have to find that. But anyway, it's a muslin cloth. It's a light material. I've used it two ways. Muslin cloth as to swaddle him. It's quite big. It's really quite big. It's about a meter by meter, if I'm not mistaken. They are a tad bit expensive, but 150 for one. But it is versatile. You could use it as a blanket during those really hot summer nights or summer days. Instead of using your blanket or your receiving blankets, you use a muslin cloth. You use it for swaddling. I also use it for breastfeeding. I have two, so it's kind of weird that none of them are in here. They're probably in the laundry. So I'll have two, laying one because breastfeeding can be a messy task. So it's wiping off spit from a child. Babies have what you call a milk mouth. After the breastfeed, they'll have a milk beard going on. You wipe that off with it. Or when you're breastfeeding, you'll feel a sensation. It's called letdown. As you're breastfeeding, and your body detects that there's a child eating and this child's gonna be drinking for a while, it releases more milk. It's a very strange tingly sensation, and you find that while you're breathing on the one boob, the other would leak. So I use that to kind of like prevent any spillage or that. We use it as a burping cloth. We use it as a mosquito net also at night. So when you've got a cot like mine, show you, as you can see, it's got those loops. So what I would do is I'd cover the back end, the back end of the cot, put the cloth over. It wouldn't go all to the end of the cot, so it would be up to like halfway of the cot, but it would safely cover his face and protect him from mosquitoes during the night. It's a really versatile cloth, and I would honestly recommend it. Use it. Right, that is the muslin cloth. So I've done the muslin cloth, the carrier, this nursing pillow. Another thing that I would recommend for a baby that is an absolute must-have is a happy mom. Well, not a happy mom, but a calm mom. More than anything, when it comes to babies, you need patience. Patience. And sometimes it's difficult to be patient, especially if you have other kids that are also a bit young and need your attention randomly throughout the day as well. You find that you're breastfeeding, or
are you doing your channel?
Yes.
Then why are you doing it all alone?
Because I need to do this all alone, so you guys need to leave. Hi, Blue Blue. Go class. No. I need to do this video on my own pace.
Before me and Blue tend to be alone, now doing our channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Blue, go.
Yes, guys.
I will call you when it's your turn, alright?
Okay.
Thank you, baby.
We go on key on the wall in the tab.
Okay. Thank you, baby. Anyway, as I was saying, you need to have patience because you'll be a tad bit frustrated that this baby doesn't want to sleep. No matter what I do, that child isn't trying to calm down. And then comes the older sibling wanting attention, or she's fallen, or he's hit his head somewhere and whatnot. You'll find that you'll snap. And you'll snap at all of those kids, or you'll snap at the small one because what is it? What more can I do? So patience. And truth be told, I only got this patience thing right with my last born, Milo, who is now 2 months old. Putting him to sleep or breastfeeding. Usually I used to rush breastfeeding, and I don't know why. I'd feel like it took forever. Now I cruise. Put the baby, just as he's about to wake up or just as he's getting fussy, I go make myself some tea, get a little bit of snacks, popcorn, a few biscuits, sit down, get my pillow in check, and then just chill and watch TV. Let him breastfeed for however long he needs to breastfeed on one boob, burp him, put him on the other, and just chill. And I find that it's while he's breastfeeding, and as much as I want to bond with him, I'm able to have different conversations with my older children as well. Because I'm so calm, or not calm, or that I'm in a state of control, I'm able to fulfill my role as a mom better. So be patient with yourself. Grant yourself the grace. Be kind to yourself, especially in your head as well. Because that's where things go south. You start doubting yourself, you start questioning yourself, you start thinking, this is what needs to be done. This child is supposed to be in a routine. Why isn't he sleeping and whatnot? First 3 months of a baby's life, that child is the boss of the house. take your cues from your baby. Once you accept the fact that your child takes your cue, you take your cues from your child, it'll be much easier. It will be much easier transition into motherhood. What?
It's really peed.
Oh. And that man runs out so fast when I'm doing YouTube videos. But yeah, give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your body. That body went through some major changes during pregnancy. Also, depending on how you've given birth. If you give birth naturally, the healing will be a little bit faster. If you've done C-section, you need to be extra kind to yourself, because that healing from a C-section is not easy at all. So take your time, enjoy your baby. Don't think that holding your baby in your arms is gonna spoil the child. There's no way in hell you're gonna spoil a baby. Baby is just as shocked by the world as you are. Sometimes you're a grown as adult, you have a child, the world still shocks us. Imagine a baby. Bond with that child, hold that child, kiss that child as much as you want, even if the baby is just chilling on his pillow. Oh, that's another thing that pillow is great for. When you want to do something, put that baby in the pillow, like it's a semicircle, so you put that child in the middle. Bruh, the child is happy because it also kind of feels like a hug, like he's got arms around him. So that's what it's good for. Even when you're chilling with your child and he or she's not fussing and you're just wanting to pick him up or her, pick them up. Enjoy your baby. Enjoy being a mom. Right, so that is transitioning me into what you would need as a mom. Every mom is always worried about stretch marks. My go-to tissue oil is Justine's tissue oil. That thing is amazing. If you use it consistently, your stretch marks will start lightening within 3 weeks. That's how great that thing is. I highly recommend it. Use the Justine tissue oil. Another tissue oil that's really good is Pep's Magnolia tissue oil. That's also really good. It's helped make my feet soft again, because in my pregnancy my feet got really dry no matter what I did, and I only discovered it around month 8, and it really helped me get my soft feet back. So I'd recommend that one as well. Mommy must-haves is, if you watched my video about packing the hospital bag, you'll see maternity panties. They're disposable, but there's also a premium maternity panty. If you've done C-section, especially, it it doesn't compress, but it puts your stomach together safely. So if you were to cough or if you were to sneeze, because those are the two things that could potentially rip your scar, or even when you're laughing, it's quite painful because your stomach is loose, and as you're laughing it kind of moves up and down, and it's really uncomfortable and painful. Those premium Carriwell, the brand is Carriwell, lovely, the Carriwell premium maternity panties kind of hold everything together safely and gently, so that even when you're sneezing or you need to cough, it makes it comfortable, and they're really comfortable and accommodate your pads. Another thing that you need to have, nursing bras and t-shirts that are buttoned down, or any top that's easy for you to open your boob. Sometimes you have to go out with your baby, and most of the time that child will probably be in a carrier, because it's easier to move around a mall or a shop or wherever you've gone to with the baby in the carrier. You could easily slide the top aside, the bra aside, and just shove the breast in the child's mouth. It just makes breastfeeding easier wherever you go. What else would I recommend for a mommy? You could buy a waist trainer, but that comes like after 6 weeks, to help with shrinking back your stomach postpartum. Another thing I would recommend a mommy have is dress pajamas, not pants. It makes everything easier, cleanliness wise, changing your pad, all of that. Get lube for when you decide to have sex again. Trust me. And get a fragrance-free one. Ones that doesn't have any funny flavors or whatever. Get a plain one because sex is a little bit tricky those first few times you try it after um having your baby. Get yourself some lube, and yeah, it's very simple. You don't really need extra things for a child. You really don't. Simplest things, the snuggle room, anything that brings you close to your child, and it's great because that child will be obsessed with your voice, your scent, your heartbeat. So anything that brings them close to those things or makes them feel like they're there. Ooh, wait a minute. There's one thing I forgot that is really helpful, that's really important for a baby. Right. Oh, come on, camera. Let's see. Focus. Much better. Right. So this app right here is called Baby Sleep. I'm not sure if you can find it on Apple, but you can find it on Play Store. When you click on it, right. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, this is better. Right, so what happens is it plays white noise. You have different... It works wonders when it comes to putting your baby to sleep sometimes. Milo has always been able to put himself to sleep so long as he's got something in his mouth that he can suckle on, and there's white noise playing in the background. Any mama will tell you white noise works like a charm. What works, guaranteed to work 100% of the time, are the sounds. It's a vacuum cleaner. I'm sure you can see that. It's a vacuum cleaner, washing machine, and a car sound. Those three are guaranteed to help calm your child and put the child to sleep when you don't have the energy to rock them or walk around the house. Swaddle them, play some white noise, pacify in the mouth, boob, thumb, whatever. The child will sleep like a dream. And sometimes you'll find that you'll have to be playing the sound throughout the nap. Some babies, once they've knocked out, you can switch it off and continue with life and you get your phone back. Or sometimes you'll have to literally play it the whole time. I'm very fortunate that I have a second phone that when my son is feeling fine, I have the option to play the white noise for him consistently and still have my main phone with me. And when it comes to bathing your baby, to be safe, I think I mentioned this in the packing your hospital bag. Johnson & Johnson, fragrance free. That man and his soccer. I'm not sure if you can hear him in the background, but yeah. Johnson & Johnson, fragrance free aqueous cream. You bath him with it, moisturize him with it. Most babies develop baby acne around week 2 and lasts for like 4 weeks. Would help you out. And pseudo cream. Hey, pseudo cream. My grandmother always raved about pseudo cream. It fixed everything for my grandmother. Alert rashes, heat rashes, mosquitoes, baby nappies, funny rashes around the neck. Also, you'll find that your child will develop a rash around their neck area, which is very normal. It's just heat rash. Pseudo cream. Where is it? I got it. I know I have it. Right. Pseudo cream works like a dream every time, even when I myself have rashes. I developed funny rashes during my pregnancy with Milo, and this saved my life. A rash that always formed on my face for some funny reason. But when I did my night skincare routine and ended it off with this, the rash disappeared quickly. So, and cotton buds. When you're in a hospital, the nurses will tell you that in the first week of a child's life, you use cotton wool to bath the child, and you don't physically have to put the child in a bath of water. You use baby on a towel, use your
Are you
cotton wool
done
to
yet?
clean him. No.
Okay.
Use them to clean it. And yeah, those are simple, really, as you can tell, these are really simple things to have that make your life easier as a mom. If you want to have extra items, go for it, but honestly, these are things I've used or I still use now every single day. There's not a day that passes that I don't use one of these items, except for the muslin cloths. I'm not sure where they are. I've not had to swaddle Milo though in a while. I only swaddle him now when he's really, really fussy and he just won't come down. Yeah. But those are the things that I use every day. My husband and I use the snuggle when we're both busy and we need to keep the house clean. One of us puts him in the snuggle we move around the house. The pillow I use all the time. I go with, if I'm sitting in the bedroom, I'm not feeling well, and I need to be in bed, that pillow's with me all the time. My second cell phone's there with me for what you call the white noise. Also, there's baby glycerine that you can buy at pharmacies. That baby glycerine, you'll find within 2 weeks your child starts developing like a white sheet of residue on their tongue from all the breastfeeding or from all the milk, and you have to clean it off. Once you've cleaned it off, then this tongue becomes self-cleaning, right? That's what you use. You use that, and my pediatrician recommended a cotton bud because it can get to the back of the tongue. Some mommies use a wet cloth, you dip it in the glycerine and you clean it. Another thing that glycerine is good for is getting your child to accept the pacifier if you've tried everything and that doesn't work. The sweetness of the glycerine helps. It's very safe. Like I said, my pediatrician recommended it. So that's what you use to clean the tongue. Also use it to get the child to accept the pacifier. But yeah, those are the most simplest but most helpful items you could ever have as a mom for your kid and for yourself. You as your mom, you know what you need for your skin, your face, skin, or whatever. But when it comes to taking care of the nether regions, ooh, get surgical spirits. I keep forgetting, but I think this is the last time. Surgical spirits, especially if you're going to give birth by C-section, or if God forbid you've planned natural and you need to do C-section for whatever reason. Surgical spirits, because your scar will get really itchy. You need to clean it twice a day with surgical spirits, after you shower and sometime else in the day whenever you have time or when you remember. But it's also good for scratching the scar. It gets really itchy and you can't scratch it because if the scar hasn't fully healed. But using cotton wool with the surgical spirits, it really works with scratching. Mine has completely healed now, but I still use surgical spirits to scratch it because I'm afraid of using my nails on that section. I remember I did that with my first C-section with my daughter, and I ended up opening up that area, and that's when I learned never to scratch it yourself. So just use surgical spirits. But yeah, that's it. Those are the things, like I said, guaranteed you will use on a daily. Even the glycerine until that child gets you, until that tongue is clean and that child is used to the pacifier. Let me know what you think. If you have any more questions that I have not touched on this video, please let me know. Send me comments and I will then do another little video to address all your questions. Thank you again for giving me your time, for spending time with me and watching my videos. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like, share, comment. Please comment. I need those questions. I really do. And please subscribe. If you really enjoy my videos, please subscribe. I truly appreciate it. I bamboozle my children into thinking that they can come comment in my video, but no, child. I wanted to do this on my own. I do everything with them anyway. I share my damn Smarties with them. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.